For those of us with an interest in ufology, the one thing we search for is hard proof, physical evidence of the presence of extraterrestrials here on our planet. Over the years that the subject has been investigated, there has been many claimed types of recovered evidence. Yet, that one piece of material that guarantees, without any doubt, that intelligent alien races exist and that they have been visiting this planet still remains elusive. We see many news outlets reporting on strange phenomena. Normally, it's a bit of a joke story after a more conventionally important news story. But what if TV could not only report on the existence of extraterrestrial life, but also be the proof we have been looking for? Let's take a look at that time an alien appeared on TV. Welcome to IF, videos on history, mystery and the strange. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video again. Going back over 4 decades to a time when a popular TV show was hijacked, I'm not talking about the famous Max Headroom prank or some phony joke broadcast. I am talking about an interruption to regular programming schedule by an alleged alien intelligence. The story begins in the United Kingdom over 40 years ago, and if you were around at that time and living in the southern part of the country, you may well have witnessed the strange event. It was a late afternoon on the 26th of November back in 1977, 5 p.m. to be exact. It was a busy part of the day back then. Kids were coming back inside for some dinner after playing outside with friends. Mum was cooking the evening meal and Dad was likely to be getting home from work just in time to catch whatever afternoon sport was finishing up on the old television. For most, this was the regular pattern of events, and the thought of something as mind-blowing as aliens was not in anyone's mind. For those of you unfamiliar with how television in the UK worked at that time, it was divided up into different regions. Different groups held the licensing rights to broadcast regional themed content. Southern Television was the license holder for the group known as ITV. ITV serviced all parts of the south, southeast and southwest of England. They had their headquarters in Southampton and Dover and would broadcast their brand of programming across the south from its transmitters found at Dover, Bluebell Hill and Hannington, with others pumping out TV in various parts of the south. So let's take a look at what appeared on televisions across the region. Andrew Gardner, the newscaster on Independent Television News, was hosting the news, fulfilling his responsibilities, delivering the evening's information. The day's headlines spoke of problems in Africa and other international stories of importance at that time. The broadcast was going as normal until 10 minutes in, and something strange began to happen with the picture and the sound. Andrew Gardner's professional delivery was silenced, to be replaced by a distorted voice delivering a quite remarkable message for almost 6 minutes. The station's engineers went into damage control trying to regain control of the signal. The images flashing across were those that had been planned to be shown, but the sound was something completely out of the ordinary. A message came across the airways saying humanity must stop in their warlike ways. This message was being delivered by an alleged extraterrestrial intelligence who went by the name Vrillium. The alien was said to be communicating on behalf of a body called the Ashtar Galactic Command. As you can imagine, reactions to this message varied from shock to disbelief. Many thought that this was some kind of big joke. Normal service was quickly resumed, the station apologizing for what it called a break in sound. But on that night's evening news, ITV reported on the strange happening and provided some great copy for the next day's Sunday papers, which gleefully ramped up the suggestions of panic in the streets as the aliens were about to descend upon us. Today we know that the Ashtar Galactic Command did not land outside number 10, and sadly nations still war. In fact, there are probably more wars going on today than back 4 decades ago. This because the incident was a hoax. A prank pulled by an unknown person or people that have managed to avoid being found even 40 years on. The jamming of signals and then replacing them with video or audio wasn't, at the time, completely unknown. Jumping forward 10 years and across the Atlantic to the United States, on 2 separate occasions, TV stations were hacked, this bringing us to the infamous Max Headroom incident I mentioned at the start. A researcher who looked into the pranks pointed out, unlike so many of the broadcast interruptions which came after, mostly in the USA, there is nothing prankish about the Rillen interruption. There's no punchline or rug pull, no swearing or obscenity or explicit protest of the specific TV station or media in general. That keeps it ambiguous enough that there's still this glimmer of possibility, no matter how tiny, that the whole thing was and is somehow real. Still today, some say that this was no prank, the prank being a cover story to hide the fact that the Earth was contacted back in the 1970s through a winter's news broadcast. Let's take a look at the clip so you
disaster threatens your world and the beings on other worlds around you. This is in order that you may share in great awakening as the planet passes into a new age of Aquarius. The new age can bring time great peace and evolution for your race, but only your rulers are made aware of new forces that can overshadow their judgments. Be still now, and listen, for your chance may not come again. All your weapons of evil must be removed. The time for conflict is now past, and the race of which you are a part may proceed to the higher stages of its evolution, if you show yourselves worthy to do this. You have but a short time to learn to live together in peace and goodwill. Small groups all over the planet are learning this, and exist to pass on the light of the dawning new age to you all. You are free to accept the those who learn to live.
Many go as wide as this, then they run out.
Here now, the voice of Rillen, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. Be aware also that there are many false prophets and guides at present operating on your world. They will suck your energy from you, the energy you call money, and will put it to evil ends, giving you worthless dross in return. Your divine self will protect you from this. You must learn to be sensitive to the voice within that can tell you what is true and what is learn to listen to the voice of truth which is within you.
It's such a
Lead yourself. This is our message.
I really appreciate that we can't I insist on the little full of only really choice ingredients. I can.
Cats have 9 lives.
That's
Have no fear. Keep on to know yourself and discover the ways of your family. The Ashtar Galactic Command thanks you for your attention. We are now leaving the stage of your existence. May you be blessed by the supreme love and triple kindness.
We understand that viewers in some parts of the region are receiving a breakthrough in sound. We're sorry about this, and we're doing our best to rectify the fault.
So what do you think? Does this clip seem plausible to you? Who knows, maybe 4 decades on, the Ashtar Galactic Command will once again reach out, look at the mess of the world, and try to contact you and me and anyone else watching the television. Maybe this time they will take control of the internet. Had you heard of this incident? What evidence, seen on mainstream TV, magazines, and other media, do you think proves without a shadow of a doubt that intelligent alien species are visiting our planet? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you like what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.